Morning YouTube. I wasn't going to do a video, but this is my shed find Yamaha sr125 project that I I'm planning on building. I picked this up the other day for 200 quid as a non-runner, but I'm not going to lie to you and do a will it start, and because I've already had it started. It was easy, to be fair, but the next plans aren't going to be so easy, so we'll see where we go from there. So right, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch camera around, show you the Score Georgie doors, and then we'll get the crack on with noisy neighbours. Crack on with what I'm planning on having done. Well, this is my 2003 sr125, and as I say, it was a shed find. I didn't really find it on the shed, I found it on the internet. A geezer had it in his shed, and I paid £200 for it, which I think was spot on. He said it was a non-runner and he suspected that the engine was seized, but as soon as he turned up, we banged it in gear, took the plug out, pushed it down the road, and it had plenty of compression and wasn't seized. The front brake came attached to the handlebars because that was seized. What else? She had old fuel in the tank, not a lot of it, but there was a bit in the carb. She's been sat since 2016, I believe. It's got a dent in the tank here, which I'm waiting for a dent puller, so then we can get that out this evening, because it's not even cracked the paint. And I've decided I'm going to leave the paint as it is. Yeah, it didn't have a battery when I got it. Obviously, I found a battery. My mate Foo gave me a battery, donated it, which was nice. It didn't fit, I'll show you. Yeah, it was too big, so I had to make it fit. So it's only a temporary for now jobby, but once you bring the key in ignition, hang on if I find it. Oh yeah, 2 keys, matching keys for everything. Turn the ignition on. You can see the green light. Flick the ignition on, and that's all you get. A click from the starter solenoid. Alright, so as you heard, the starter solenoid just clicks. I've give the starter motor a few whackies with an hammer, and it makes some weird noises like it wants to turn, but it don't turn. So I've got to get that off and rebuild it. But I've got to wait for some new oil and a new filter, etc., to be able to take that apart and do that properly, because you've got to take the entire left hand side of the engine case off to release it or something. I don't know exactly. I don't usually work on bikes, so yeah, the carb was when we first got it, I thought, oh, I'll just try it with this fuel that's in it, and I got my son to push me down the road, and it did bump off, but it was spluttering, it wasn't running right, and it conked out. So disappointingly, I pulled it back home thinking, you've probably drawn crap into the carb now. And so I come back, took the carb apart, and sure enough, the block jets, varnish everywhere. There's my own fault. So 4 quid's worth of cleaner, old toothbrush, and I've squirted it all out, cleaned it out, cleaned all the jets out, lovely jubbly. On putting it back together, I discovered that the intake boot, let me show you that. Yeah, the intake boot that connects the carburetor to the cylinder head, that was split and wasn't working at all. Obviously, it was sucking too much air, so I've duct taped it for now. Got one of them on order. Now the carb, I accidentally unscrewed the mixture screw, thinking it was bloody jet, and yeah, so I had to take that all the way out. Realised my mistake. I've wound it all the way in, and then I've wound it 1.5 turns out, and well, the bike runs lovely now. I can't bump start it because I ain't got my son here and my knee hurts. But yeah, if I turn the fuel on now and bumped it off, it'd take probably to just pass that fence, and she'll crack off and she'll run. She runs, she idles, she's spot on. Engine wise, it's done 30,000 miles. Yeah, she's done a few, but she's not in bad condition. She has a few scratches, a little spot of rust there, the usual stuff on the exhaust on a commuter bike, the wheels as well where it's been stored, but it's got good tyres on. They look in really good condition. Chain and sprocket's going to want replacing, just par for the course. Front brake still needs some work because it's slightly sticky, but we've put it back on, we've bled it up and it works, which is better than no. Probably going to need some shoes in the rear one because I've adjusted that and it still don't work. Sometimes the clutch feels a bit like it takes a second to release when you let go of it, but I think that was down to the adjustment being incorrect here. There wasn't enough free play, I think, in the lever, but I think I've sorted that now. But yeah, I guess I'll find out later. So, what am I doing today? Well, she used to have a great big ugly rack thing on the back of it already. That's gone. Chop that straight off. Now, it's got these great big horrible ugly arse indicators. They're my mission for today. I'm removing them. These horrible mirrors. And I might do something around removing the seat and the rear mudguard. Seat's going to be going completely. It's going to go for a single seat. Yeah, and I'm not sure what's going on at the back there, but definitely side mounted number plate. Exhaust getting changed because that's just not going to cut it for me. Might need to put some forward controls on it because I like that type of thing. Yeah, so what we're going to do first is we're going to get this done. Now I'm trying to see how to get this all apart. Now there was a 12mm bolt here, nut and bolt, sorry, and that's undone this from there, and it's got me dangling for now. That'll do for now. I've got 10mm here, I'm going to undo that as well. I'm hoping this is going to release the seat back and then we can pip it on the front and pull it out. I'm not sure though. I'm making it up as I go along. So yeah, there's what the stupid indicator look like, but I want that, all that's going, all of that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to crack on, get this other side off, see if I can get the seat off, and then we'll bring you back. Okay, right, so mental note, you don't need to undo both of them to take the seat off at the back, only one of them, because otherwise all your arse end will fall off. But it's all good. That was all supported by this wiring, which is pretty self-explanatory. Left indicator, earth, right indicator, earth, left indicator, earth, rear light cluster. So that should be easy enough to do. Now I'm just looking at where to choppy chop. I'm not sure yet, and I'm not sure whether now's the right time to chop it. Should maybe buy my seat first. But I'm also contemplating on how I can lower the rear end. Now I didn't really want to get rid of the shocks because I had a bobber before that was hardtail and it was hard. But I mean, it needs to be lower. I'm quite big on it, to be fair. This back end needs to sit down more, and I need to do something to make the front end up more, because well, I'm 6'1" and a bit and I'm 20 stone, so, and this is quite a short little thing in length. That way and height, that way. Doesn't have quite a lot of rake on it on the front. Toying with the idea of removing that mudguard and putting a taller front wheel on, but we'll see as we go. That chain guard, as useful as it may be, that's coming off. That is ugly. The rear peg sets, they're coming off. I don't need them, not having no passengers. Yeah, and then mirrors, and maybe them front. Right, I'm just going to keep taking stuff off, and I'll keep bringing you back momentarily and showing you where I'm at. Let's clean this front end up a bit. Okay, so this section of the video is mostly for mine. Own knowing what's going on. We've got the single wires each for the indicators, and then they both go into a joint earth there. Remember that. Alright, had to go in there to unwire that, which is a bit of a shame, but I messed up the adjuster to start with, wrongly assuming it was the bracket mounts, but we'll brush over that. I'll fix that now. Removed the rear pegs. Need to decide what I'm doing with that bit of frame there, and I need to remove this plastic crap next. Oh yeah, mirrors, they're gone. Other foot peg gone. That is also part of the exhaust mount, so for now that's gonna have to stay. But yeah, she's starting to strip it down. Starting to have a pile of parts that ain't going back on. So we'll get these indicators off, get this headlight put back together again, and then we'll see where we're going from there for today. I'm waiting for, it's 11:43, I'm waiting for an Amazon delivery with a dent puller. So hopefully be able to pop that straight out, which would be nice, because like I said, the paint's quite good for its age. I'm thinking of just leaving it. I don't mind the blue too much, so we'll see. Anyway, let's get rid of these indicators. Alright, so here we are for now. I'm gonna have to put the seat back on for when I have to move it and stuff, but otherwise I've chopped off everything that I'm chopping off for now. Removed that mud guard, ugly indicators. I've tweaked the bars slightly further forward, pivot them. I don't know how that, if that's going to be much more comfortable or what. Alright, we'll worry about that late date. Bars are going to have some sort of risers and some different bars. Undecided on that yet. I like ape hangers, but I want to make this bike more rideable, and I've got carpal tunnel, so I can't be doing with that. Oh, mud guard, chain guard. I ain't took that off yet. That's all right, it's a couple of bolts. We'll leave that for now. So yeah, there you go. There is the start of my 125 chop / bobber project. Well, hopefully you like that and you're getting an idea of what I'm planning. Maybe it's something you like. Consider subscribing and all that. If not, who cares? Yeah, I'm planning on doing this on a budget. I'm not doing a rat build. Normally I do rats. I'm not doing a rat build, but I am doing a budget build. Budget doesn't necessarily have to mean shit. So yeah, the bike itself only owes me £200, which was a bargain. Yeah, so I'm planning to try and keep it all under £1,000 is my target. So £500 would be mint, £1,000 absolute limit. So yeah, if you think this would be something you'd enjoy, consider subscribing, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.